Hey, if we haven't met yet, my name is Sarah and I'm the mom next door. Today I'm going to walk you through how to make this amazing 4-layer chocolate cake with raspberry preserves on the inside, chocolate glaze on top, and I put some berries on top for decoration as well. I love cooking and I love baking, but I don't love it so much that I want to make everything from scratch. So today we're going to keep it simple by doing things like using boxed cake mixes and jelly preserves from the jelly aisle at the grocery store. I'm going to start with making 2 boxes of this chocolate cake so that I can make a 4-layer cake. I like the look of a tall round cake, so I'm using 8-inch round cake pans. One box will give you 2 8-inch round cake pans. So I'm going to do that twice so that I get 4 nice layers to start with. I've done all my baking. I have 4 layers to put together for a cake. My kitchen smells amazing, and I'm going to give those layers plenty of time to cool off before I try and do anything else to them. All right, my cakes have cooled and it's ready to stack them and put the filling in. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the 4 layers that I made. I put them all on plates like this to cool, by the way. I'm gonna look at the 4 and look at the one that looks the most even on the top. And this is the one actually that looks the most even. So I'm gonna set that aside. That most even layer I'm gonna keep for the very top layer. The other 3, I'm going to stack on top of each other and put frosting around the outside, the raspberry jelly in the middle. Before I stack them and start adding the fillings though, I'm going to take a knife, the super long Cutco knife, and I'm just going to cut the top layer of the cake off. If you can see when it bakes, it just has slightly rounded on top, and it'll stack a lot nicer if you just cut it so it's flat on top. So now we're going to make the chocolate ganache. I have 1 cup of the small semi-sweet chocolate chips in a heat-safe bowl, and I have equal amount, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream here over low heat. I'm going to heat it up slowly. I don't want it to burn. We're going to bring it to just about a simmer. Once it's simmering, we're going to pour it on top of this chocolate. I've poured the cream over the top of the chocolate. Didn't stir it up or anything. We're supposed to just let it sit for about 5 minutes. So let's stir and see how it's doing. Ooh, it is definitely melting the chocolate. So I'm just gonna use this whisk. I love this little whisk. It's a Pampered Chef one I got years ago. I'm gonna stir it up, whisk it real good. So I am really happy with how this turned out. I was worried that by heating the cream and not the chocolate may not melt enough, but it worked. So here I have this chocolate topping. It's super liquidy right now. I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit more before I pour it over the cake. Once I pour it on the cake, it should harden into a really nice, silky, smooth chocolate topping. Chocolate has cooled off a bit. It's still pretty runny, but I'm going to use this handy spoon that came with a rice cooker to just gently spoon this chocolate right on top of the cake. Going pretty slow. It's pretty thin. It's pretty runny. I'm just going to let it run down the sides of the cake. I did not put a layer of frosting on or around the outside of the cake before doing this. I thought about it, I decided not to this time. That would be pretty too if you just did some regular frosting all around the cake and this on top. But for today, I'm just going with the simple chocolate on the outside. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Got it drizzling down the sides, covered all the way on top. Okay.